Welcome to 1407 Great Mocking Lane. This is the living memory of the X-Men. Don't let anyone tell you different. All right. Today we have the AKPC with Sterling Silver, the Master Jarl, Corey KB. Corey's right here.
And
all
Corey,
right.
right on time.
Right? No, man, he just came, popped in. What's up? We're gonna talk. We didn't do it last week because Legion of X, and we all know how I feel about Cy Spurrier. So I pop out. No,
you want to kill him. That's what you want to do.
No. I don't want to kill him. No, that's
in a video game. In a video game.
That's what you want to do. No, you want to kill him because you hate him.
In VR and in Fortnite. But anyway,
like I want to do to him what Johnny Depp should have done to Amber Heard and got away with it.
What, sued for defamation? No.
Yes. And win. Nah. So how you guys doing this week, man?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah, like you got a new place. I like it.
That's correct. Yes,
like
I'm in a new place.
Fans and everything.
Yeah.
Nice furniture.
Nice furniture. Yes. No longer will it be in the attic. Now it's in.
Now
I've upgraded to the basement.
You went down to go up.
Exactly, Dante's Inferno style.
Oh jeez. Man, it's been a crazy week. We had that whole Johnny Depp thing.
Yeah.
We had like 3 shootings.
Yes.
Oh god, that Tulsa one really took me out of it. Man, so what do you guys want to talk about first? Legion of X or Knights of X #2? Because
I prefer you talk about Knights of X first, like both issues, so you can just get what I consider more filler than Legion of X. Legion of X gave me something, so you give me, and you did do it all spoilers. I might have some questions just so I'm following along, but you do Knights of X because like I'm going to be actively listening.
Okay, so Knights of X. This is Teeny Howard's continuation of Excalibur.
Yes.
The only 2 people who were reading it was me and this guy. And because Teeny Howard, I think she's a troll at this point. I think she just wants to give us pain.
The name Knights of X is a bit weird. It's kind of growing on me. I wish there was more of an in-world explanation for it. It kind of comes out of nowhere, and now even Xavier uses it. He's like, my knights or something in this chapter. I'm just like,
it's Knights of Ass.
That's Knights could it be X for the X gene, or are they actually like Knights for Xavier?
Knights of Krakoa.
The name started in Otherworld when she got trapped there and became kind of like outlaw, and so they were fighting for Avalon, so they were like kind of like Knights of Avalon type thing going on.
Okay.
And then Avalon fell, and they kind of just kept the name, I guess. I have to go back and reread it. But
so Betsy, she and her crew are stuck in Otherworld, which really doesn't make any sense because they have so many teleporters who can just get them out. Like they can just go, just put a teleporter on the team. Put Pixie on the team. She's magic. Why can't they call Doctor Strange right now?
I'm not sure stuck. They are stuck, but I'm not sure they're stuck. Like they're choosing not to leave. They have multiple avenues they could explore to leave, but there's so many mutants living in Otherworld that especially Betsy, feels obligated to stay. So like she wouldn't leave if she had a chance. So the rest of the team kind of probably feels obligated to stay until they get Merlin off. Stupid freaking name. Why did Merlin name his throne? Was it like the Insane Throne or something? The
Siege Perilous?
No. His throne. He named his throne like the Insanity Throne or something.
I just don't like how they have Sentinels on Otherworld now, but they call them the Furies. That's all they are.
That's a throwback though.
Yeah, it's a throwback, but just like, wow, they got.
That's Sentinels. A DC word, and the big 2 rip each other off all the time.
Yes,
and it makes sense if anyone can take down, what's his name? What's the guy in charge of the Crooked Market?
Oh,
Jim Jaspers.
If anyone could take down Jim Jaspers, it's going to be the things created to take down Jim Jaspers, the
Oh
furries.
no. Let's talk about how what Merlin went New Jack City at that council. He was like, "I told y'all, if y'all would have followed the plan, Saturday night would have been in my bedroom cleaning my toilet." And then he's like, "You know what? Get Jim Jaspers. What? I paid you." He arrested him on no charges. It's like, buddy,
So it really is the UK kingdom. Or
God, more. But like my thing with Teenie Howard, I kind of noticed in this book, she makes the female characters the main characters. They push the story forward. All the male characters are either foot soldiers who have no say in the story. They're not really important, or the misogynistic assholes. And we see this.
Maybe. Gambit gets a lot of love.
It
Richter
does, but like it's not really.
just it seems like Richter just inherited Apocalypse's entire, I don't know what Apocalypse owns, but anything that Apocalypse owned on Earth,
which is
Richter
which is
inherited it.
Apocalypse to be part of this situation, though. He's
let me
in
say
Otherworld.
that's weird. It's weird. It's very like when I was reading Excalibur, that was a weird like dynamic to do because like literally, not saying it's like a birthright thing, but literally Apocalypse has living descendants. Like it's freaking Chamber.
And
they
also Death. Oh, he's a.
Oh yeah. And so, I mean, I guess, like I said, you don't have to always have it like be a blood relation kind of thing, but if they're kind of going with Apocalypse kind of like legacy, why not give it to a character that actually is literally tied to his legacy, like bloodline wise? But anyway, it's Richter. Like, I'm happy with Richter getting love, but I'm just like, okay, what an interesting way to take his character.
Also,
It might have something to do with being an external. I don't get into details on all that, but they're all bonded, and Apocalypse doesn't seem to really care about the other externals, but for some reason he really cares about Richter, and that's the only thing that connects them is being externals.
It's weird. I just don't like the whole D&D thing. It's like, all right, it's like we're having a conversation, and like we're let's say MJ, you don't know anything about D&D, and like you want to know, but like we're not explaining it to you, and we're just keep on going, and we're just kind of like icing you out. That's how I feel about this. Like it makes me not like D&D. Makes me realize that Teenie Howard is a sorceress because I don't know how she keeps getting work. Like what's going on? And it's just not good. I mean, the team is interesting, but like I don't care. I don't care about this team. I mean, and then they wait until Summer's Gohan.
She's good enough to still keep getting work, and the libertarian option is just not reading it anymore.
Like, I could agree with you if we had a better version of this story in like the X-Men or X-Force or something like where we're saving mutant lives. We don't get that very often.
We had it with Cable.
Little bits. We got little bits with that. We had like the first issue of like X-Men or something was like a Colossus saving some mutant lives.
We still don't know what happened with that either.
One issue of saving lives from Doom. Like, a little bit. Very, very rare we save mutant lives. I love
a little
that.
bit with no. I mean, like I'll agree with you on that. Like a little bit. It was in there a little bit at the beginning with New Mutants when it wasn't the space team.
Right.
It was the ground team. Yeah.
You're right.
All that was like post a Host of X, first 6 months. It's been like a year since then.
Right, because that's how we got like, I would say that's how we got like Cosmar. Cosmar is because the New Mutants actively went out of their way to recruit her into Krakoa.
What country was that? The Ukraine.
Ukraine.
Might have been Ukraine. Might have been Serbia. I forgot. It was Russia adjacent for sure.
Yeah.
The first year of Excalibur was pretty garbage, and I feel like Teenie Howard is learned from her mistakes and is trying to make a more interesting story. She's trying to tell some actual stories.
And failing.
She's getting rid of characters we didn't like that stupid adventurer in Otherworld. He's basically now retiring back on Krakoa, and we'll get someone cool and interesting. That's why we have this new Arthurian mutant. I don't know. I never met him
Oh,
before.
Mordred. Mordred,
No,
like
the other guy.
King Arthur's son, which is I don't like the art. All right,
Love that Mr. Sinister wants his DNA. That's funny.
he's just like, yeah, I'll take it. Like, God, I hate Sinister so much. I hate him so much.
That's the point.
Yeah, I know, but he sucks.
Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. Cosmar was from somewhere called Carnelia, which is
Oh, okay.
I think she was in the Ukraine or Slovakia.
yeah, it's Ukraine adjacent.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, you're talking about that little New Mutant reality warper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She got extensive plastic surgery from that
From
from
Healer.
that yeah from
No,
that
Mask. I'm sorry, Mask.
Mask.
Yeah,
Mask
her.
was working at the Madripoor clinic and just doing good stuff. And he looked at her and he's like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
He didn't
Yeah,
do that
well-
good of a job. He probably
Yeah, well, I
could have used
remember.
some.
I remember that because she wanted Dan. I don't know what to call her. I just keep calling her Moonstar.
Yeah, Moonstar. Just keep her.
Yeah. Moon. She wanted Moonstar to like help her, like to kill her in Crucible, so she could get a new body, and Moonstar refused. I remember that.
But she did it for Karma, which
Yeah.
is like
Karma still came back with like an artificial leg in utero or something.
Right.
It's kind of funny with like her, Cable and Forge are all handicapped mutants. Oh, Cyclops too. He could be taken. But all handicapped mutants.
They're not handicapped. They're handicapable.
Okay, we're all right. We're good. All right, we're just gonna moving on. Like, because you take that metal arm off of Cable, he has no arm.
He's still one of the most powerful telepaths in existence.
Yeah, but he can't. Yeah, but he doesn't practice enough.
No, the arm takes him, like the arm is what's like he uses. It's a weird thing. Like this is like I said.
Yes.
I love when people remember that Cable is just like, well, not people. I love when the writers remember that Cable is just a retcon machine. Like that's what he's there for. So when he does that job, that's great. But then literally when you get into his very convoluted backstory, it just like he literally like the techno-organic virus, which he created because Apocalypse gave it to him, but Apocalypse didn't know about it until he told him about it. It's like so crazy. So I love that. Time travel is one of the most confusing writing concepts out there because writers, just even when they're writing it, they just don't know how to like really deal with it. And I love that. But remember, like his telepathic powers allow him, or not his telekinetic powers is keeping the virus at bay. Right. But then, but if the virus were to go away, then his powers would like explode because he no longer has to like deal with that.
You'd be Nate Gray.
So Cable is handicapped, but not the way you think. So
no, oh geez, it's just all right. Here's something I wanted to know. With Moira out in the world, how come Krakoa doesn't have a team looking for her?
Because I think they don't know. Because if they did that, then they'd have to tell everyone, not everyone. They'd like then other people would know that. Wait. So Moira's out. Okay, why is it a bad thing? Oh, because she's a mutant. Oh, okay. Wait, she's mutant? Yeah. Okay, so why is she a mutant? And they have to tell like everything else about like what happened.
Yeah.
So it was all a lie.
It could be an X-Force story. They've been like, all right, they only tell Beast and Sage, but they don't tell anybody else.
You cannot tell Beast. If you tell Beast that, it is all over.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah, because it takes Hank would only be able to keep it a secret for an issue and a half. Then Sage is gonna tell Logan when she's like hungover because she admitted she's a drunk.
Yeah, she did.
Like,
she did admit. No, she
legitimately. Like I said before, Beast is almost like Emma Frost, and then like he doesn't like to be manipulated. Like he likes to think that he has all the secrets. So when you tell him there's an even bigger secret, he's gonna feel betrayed.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
like.
I would understand why he'd be angry, but Emma, we talked about this months ago. Mm-hmm. Like Emma had no reason to be angry because she does that all the time.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. No, but once again, that's what I like about Emma. Like the best manipulators don't think that they can be. Well, sorry. Like the best way to manipulate someone is to get someone that thinks that they can't be manipulated because then they have a blind spot. Love that about her. That is a great character flaw for her to have. because I won't say she'll never learn from it, but every time she thinks that she's gotten over it, something else happens.
Nice. No, it's just I don't know.
I can't wait to see what kind of party she's gonna pull off for Hellfire 2.
I already see her and Gucci Cyclops dancing, so it seems like it's gonna be a nice summer. It's gonna be a hot summer day.
she's like I bet you like I know it's not, but like it'd be really interesting if she got pregnant.
I know. Well, look, man. Look,
Spite baby.
spite baby. Yeah, I know. Hashtag spite baby. But I'm telling you, like, there's two people that got to get pregnant. One more than the other. Storm with T'Challa's child because I am owed that. Like, legitimately, that was in the notes.
Yeah.
And if they can and X-Men Red, like they've already established like the thing that Hickman wanted to do but messed up. They've already done that with Petra and Sway. So you can give me a child. You will give me that child with Storm and.
There's something interesting. Like it seems like seems to be there's no laws on growing a husk and doing whatever you want with it. You know.
Oh yeah, with Quentin Quire.
Quentin Quire has a bunch of husks from men and women. So Emma Frost could theoretically get her own husk of Cyclops. It won't have any mind, but it'll be a body.
So it'll be. I don't know. That's interesting. I guess that's true, but like it wouldn't be. I guess for them, like a clone is something that is both the body and the mind.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
The next evolution of sex toys. I guess that's what you're implying.
God, that would be great. They really would be fleshlights.
But effectively, she could get pregnant by it, though, at the very least.
She could get pregnant by it. That's true. But then that's a big question about consent, though. That's a weird. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But then again, she would be following technically. She would be following the second rule. No, kill no man. It make more mutants, I believe.
Yeah.
The first rule, make more mutants. Surprisingly, has the fewest. Like I would think that one would have a few more. Like Nightcrawler would break down that one a bit more.
Well, they've already I mean, if we want to transition into that, we can with Legion of X.
Oh no, real quick.
Yeah.
Like, all right, with Knights of X, I think it'd be really cool with everything going on with Merlin and the Captain Britain Corps. Doom sees like, oh, this is a perfect opportunity for me to take over the multiverse. Now I won't control one world; I'll control every world under the hand of Doom. That would be cool.
And then we'll get Doom, who has like I think he had because he had like what the Phoenix Force, the Star Brand. He had a bunch of different stuff.
Oh yeah, that was.
I forgot what he had. He had a lot.
That was one of the future stories of War by Jason Aaron. Hey, if she wants to use Doom, okay. Just don't make him too histrionic for me. But I'm kind of certain Jed McKay and Dan Slott have a lot of stuff lined up for Doom right now.
Yes. Dr. Doom, the Littlefinger of Knights of X. Like he's manipulating everything behind the scenes, and
he's too important for that. He's way too important. He's more prominent too. I can't say. I would unironically I call him, if like from what little I've seen of Knights of X, I would call him not Stannis. Who's the dude? Tywin. That's it.
Okay. Yeah. You're right.
He wouldn't be able to wait. You know, Littlefinger is patient.
Yeah.
And he's okay. Littlefinger is okay with losing. He's okay with losing. And then he knows he'll win in the long game. It's okay if you humiliate me right now. It's okay if you throw me up against a wall and point a knife at my throat.
I will say you are right about that. But then again, there are some times where what I did before Game of Thrones ruined him, like they ruined most of the characters in last season. I guess that was second to last season, but still, like it was going downhill from there, but not in a good way. Like one of my favorite scenes, I forgot what he said specifically, but then Cersei has like Knight kill him. He's like, oh, and he's like, no, power is power. I'm like, that's a pretty. I love that scene because he's like, well.
Okay. All right. Now, Legion of X. Like Cy Spurrier, who hates Charles Xavier. I mean,
35 pages. About three of them were worth it.
Yeah. Nightcrawler is starting to make a commentary book on the 3 laws. I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
his go-between for Araco. Just, hi, I'm so and so. Do you want to? Do you want to do it right here?
Yes, because she paints the truth. And I'm like, oh well, maybe she's speaking the truth of her heart. I'm like, okay, you know what? Based. But anyway.
And then they
Well,
meet.
It makes sense. It makes sense because Araco. They're all like vast majority of Arakan. I would say I don't know if we've seen a single Arakan that doesn't have a deformity of some sort.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
Nightcrawler would be
the Fisher
attracted to
King.
them.
Yeah.
Good point.
and the person who Kurt had to meet. If Grant Morrison was still actively in comics now, that design of that character has Grant Morrison written all over it.
Yeah, I will say, yeah, of all people who would probably hit it off great there, where's Jumbo Carnation?
Yeah. Oh, does anybody think that did anybody get like Eye of Sauron vibes from that giant eye?
I didn't get eyes, so let me be fair. Let's see,
No.
I'm not as active in what you call it, and what's the Tolkien stuff.
Legion.
Lord of the
I actually
Rings.
don't know. Let's see. I actually don't know what the Eye of Sauron does besides just like watch people. I don't know if it actually has
That's
like.
all it was. That's all it
Yeah,
was.
I think that's all it did was like watch things. But I didn't get that. It was interesting. It reminded me of what is it like the Orb? It reminds me of that character. And Original Sin once again by Jason Aaron.
Yeah.
What I really like about Legion of X is that the Iraqi, like, they have gods, but they have them prove that they should be worshipped.
Yes. And that's gonna get into the big point. So
yeah, we'll get into that. But it's one thing about this character. So I'm confused.
yeah.
It was said that to be on the Great Ring, you have to be Omega level. So does that mean this eye is Omega level? But then that girl who said the girl who calls herself the weaponless or whatever, is her powers Omega level too? Because she said she's on that 4th ring or whatever.
I think they have to be because she's able to take someone out of existence, and it like and a quote unquote god was bested. Granted, to be fair, it was bested by a bunch of different people. More on that in a second. And then and then boom, like he refused to yield, and then literally she just looked at him and then gone. So I'm like, okay, that might be that might be enough. Like if she just made him disappear, like literally, then that's a mega level. If she just teleported him away, then no. But based on what the context would seem like, she made him not exist anymore, which I would definitely call that. Like that is reality warping by like that is textbook level reality warping.
I could believe it for Sereta or whatever the name is, the eyeball.
Yeah.
I say it's the weaponless one or the truth.
Right.
The
So
truth.
yeah, she said she paints the truth. So like we'll see what that is. We'll see what that means later on. Like we haven't seen her power yet, honestly. She just
said the weakest of the Omega
she just said I have a power, but it wasn't like because the way the book was drawn, I thought literally like because like they changed locations, I thought okay, when she hit Nightcrawler, like they went to like a different plane of existence, but no, and they did, but not the way I thought. No, they were just traveling. It's like, okay, yeah, you should have done that because I thought that was a power.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be cool. Like, I just don't like Cy Spurrier. Like, he doesn't miss opportunity to put Xavier down in some way.
Yeah, what's the last time he wrote a book?
Huh?
Good.
Oh, last time he wrote a book was Way of X.
Okay, all right, yeah. So I didn't read Way of X.
Yeah,
every time Legion show and Xavier have a moment in any comic book, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
In fact, I felt like at least in Legion of X, the first issue, it was pretty light. All he said was, "Doesn't a man deserve to know when his father's given up on him?" or something like that. Like, he didn't accuse him of being a bad father. He just said that I want to know if you've given up on me. It was pretty light compared to some other moments we have. Like in Way of X, Legion called him out many times and worse than this.
No, but like also it wasn't just Legion, it was other characters. Like when Juggernaut, when Juggernaut's like, shouldn't we tell this about the council? And he's like, what about Charles? He's head of Krakoa. And Nightcrawler said, well, we had a vote. Charles lost.
Well, no, specifically what he said was that okay, Juggernaut believed that Xavier vouched for him to be on the island. Which, to be fair, he's technically, I guess he's not always on the island because he's technically he is in the Mindscape Legion, so he's technically is not always on the island. But it's like the way it was written, it seems like Xavier said no, and then everyone else said yes. Now I can wholeheartedly believe it. Now my question is, when did they say no? Or when did they say yes to his no? Because if it was like after what happened with the whole Mordred thing, I can wholeheartedly see why they would say like whatever he's trying to vote for. I can wholeheartedly see that. I do want to know when they let him on, so that would be
right. Yeah, like that should be an Immortal X issue.
Yeah,
like, but also
yeah, but time is very relative in this book. Like as a matter of fact, even right now, based on how they drew Storm, I don't know where the fuck this takes place at or when, because she is still wearing her gala stuff and she's changed outfits already.
She has. She really has.
So I don't even know when this takes place.
You don't.
It's confusing because like you have the whole fucking Proud Star showing up and leaving and whatnot.
Yes.
They're struggling to fit all this in together.
They need an editor, and I mean like a good one. And they just lost Joe Quesada, so
I can do
Oh
it.
yeah, Joe Quesada's going to make movies now.
yes.
Good for him. He's
But they need an editor. They need anybody, please make this together. Make this whole.
Quesada was like the CCO emeritus, like the art director emeritus.
but he did his whole thing with he wrote how I didn't say he wrote House of M, but he put it together the concept. He's like, there are way too many mutants. We need to wipe them all out. We need to have make it
Well,
so
yeah, he had an editor-in-chief tenure during let's just face it, comics darkest hour. Marvel had no Aquifer company and could have flatlined at any time.
anytime.
So
So
anyway, go ahead.
let's get into the God aspect. So
Yes.
this character Cetra, she replaced the former fourth seat or whatever, and he had the power to mega level power, I guess, to summon gods or something with his power.
Yeah, it gave me big God of War 4 energy because of the head. I forgot the guy's name.
Apparently, when she
Mayor?
defeated him, he yielded to her, but she had the right to then choose to accept his yield, and she punished him with dismemberment. So she cut off his head, and then somehow kept him alive. So that might be part of her power, or she can keep you alive permanently, or someone else's power did that.
Yeah, what I do appreciate about the little in this book that I did like when Nightcrawler said twisted atheism, I'm like, that actually is not atheism, and I like how she corrected him very quickly, because atheism means you do not believe in a God, period. What they're doing is saying that we will believe in you if we find you worthy. It's kind of like a twist on Thor, honestly. So
it's a job interview.
Yeah. So basically, basically.
They're
so
shopping for
like,
gods. They're shopping for gods.
Yeah, I did like that aspect. I was like, okay, I appreciate that, because Nightcrawler was wholeheartedly wrong about that. But here's the thing. So depending on how you interpret this, Storm is being challenged for the seat. She has not yet been challenged to be a god. If Storm ever claims to be a god, then that means that it won't just be one person against her. It will be everybody. So she still is not a god, like according to Araco, because she has not claimed so. Because she knows if she does, it's going to be the whole planet against her.
But the thing is, though, she's going to have incredible experience, man. In a couple months, she's going to have fought every single Iraqian in a one-on-one combat. She'll know the ins and outs of every single major Iraqian,
I will love it if, like, she does claim to be a god, and then they finally do, and it's like the person, and like freaking like Kingfisher beats her, or Fisher King beats her. Like,
she's
fought no powers.
She's fought the most powerful people. She's not getting defeated by no Kingfisher.
Hey, we don't know that. I mean, we didn't think a depowered Storm could beat Cyclops.
So what? Oh yeah, no, like when Storm beats Cyclops. Okay, so I guess it's weird. That's interesting. Storm beat Cyclops because he yielded. Because if he had just opened his eyes, then he would have killed her. She was relying on the fact that he was going to be heroic.
She's a dirty fighter.
Yeah, no, I mean, once again, like how she beat what's his name, Tarn the Uncaring. I think that's his name. Like how she stabbed him in the chest, and I was like, wait,
Like, yeah.
no, she stabbed him in the chest, and I'm like, wait, if he was just like, let's die together, then you're, well, once again, even if she died, like she can get brought back to life. Like that's my whole thing. I'm like, yeah, but you dying doesn't mean anything. It just means that you lost. Like Tarn had more to lose than you, because Tarn can't come back. Technically speaking, she can. So I'm like, this still isn't
Lose her position though.
Huh?
She would lose her position.
Yeah, but she's still.
in the
But I
Great
would
Race.
rather lose my position than not be alive. That's an easy
Fair,
coin
fair.
toss.
So well, one thing we touched upon, I
Yes.
kind of want to go back. The reason why the Iraqis have this challenge in the first place, and it's kind of vague, but from my understanding, 800 years ago during the Great War in Ameth, that previous dude on the ring, he had a great idea to summon 30 gods, so an entire pantheon of mutant gods. Now, I don't know if he created them or if he summoned 30 random gods together and they formed a pantheon. It's a little in vague. I personally think he either created 30 mutant gods or summoned 30 mutant gods. I call them mutant gods because I think they're based off the soul, whatever, mutant kind. So basically, though, these 30 gods were then sent into battle against the Ameth hordes, and some catastrophe happened. It says that like 3 whole mutant legions died, 33,000 of the greatest mutant warriors died. So I think the 30 gods stood back as the mutant legions charged in, and the gods just kind of watched as it happened. And then the gods themselves got into combat and died. And maybe not all of them died, because I think the person at the very end is a survivor of those 30 gods. The goddess of mischief, mother love.
Yeah, I forgot. Let me see. Because like, I'm not gonna lie. When they said Trickster God, I was like, oh, is this Loki? Is it gonna be Loki? And it wasn't. I was like, okay, that would have been funny though. But anytime I hear
she's a
Trickster God, I think Loki.
So I think she's a survivor from that. So I think she's a mutant god. I don't know what mutant
Yeah, well,
god means,
but her crime is that she ran away. That's her big thing. And so now Nightcrawler has to find her and
for
bring
real,
her to justice.
I think she ran away from Ameth in the battle there, and now after 800 years, the war is over. So the Eye of Sarah, or whatever, I'm gonna call it Eye of Sarah. It's easier. The Eye of Sarah was just like, it's time to hunt down the last survivor of that summoning and bring justice.
I think I know where she is too. I think it's Blindfold.
You think Blindfold?
Is it
Wait, what?
impersonate? That God is impersonating Blindfold in hiding in plain sight with Legion.
Wait, but she popped up.
Yeah, she was resurrected the proper way. So you think the god then killed her and kind of superseded her presence?
Could be. It's a possibility.
There we go. Yeah, her name is Mother Righteous. Yeah, she has. I will say she has red skin, which gives me Ruby Summer vibes. She even has blonde hair too, but I know that's not her.
What if it is Ruby Summers?
That'd be amazing. That'd be interesting. That'd be like what a crazy way to bring her into this story.
Bring back Bishop's sister. That's
Shard. I know, where is Shard? Of all people, did not bring back Shard. We don't have Shard.
Seriously, bring her back.
I think I'll mention real quick what the director or the writer or whatever of the comic said. Apparently, this character, this Mother Righteous or whatever, Righteous Love, Mother Righteous Love. Apparently, she's gonna be she's not only going to affect the X-Men, she's not only going to affect the Avengers, but the entire Marvel universe. Now, there's probably a lot of bullshit in that.
It
but
obviously
I think from
is.
that, we can at least surmise that if she's well received, she will show up in the Avengers. I think I think that's what they're at least
That's
getting
such
at.
a, I know, but that's like, I know people hear me use, I know you all hear me say this a lot because most times when I'm using correctly, but to say that she's going to affect the entire Marvel universe, that is such a nebulous term because just her existing in there, that technically affects it. I could say like, oh, I could write a new character, put him on a put him like what's the book that's not selling right now? Oh god, hang on, let me.
Wolverine.
Yeah, I could put him in Wolverine, baby. Like this character is going to change the history of the MCU. And I'm just like, and I just write to be like, oh, he talked to Wolverine. That changes it because he told Wolverine some information that only he knew. I've changed the universe.
Right.
Whatever
That's-
happened to Sullivan? Like I thought that was supposed to be his new big bad or something.
He's in
He's on Krakoa.
Marauders.
He's in Krakoa.
Right. He's having his little orgy party.
He's in like the halfway point between
If I
Krakoa
remember,
and
actually, if I remember correctly, I believe a group of mutants on Krakoa is called an orgy. I believe that's what Jonathan Hickman said. So you are right. He was having an orgy party, but not the way you think, or maybe both.
right,
So-
but so ultimately
go
though, I think she shows up in Avengers, and then from Avengers, Thor needs to be called in to deal with her, and then from Avengers, she shows up in Thor at some
It
point.
would be. I would agree with you. It would be interesting. She was like, I forgot what they're called in Thor. I can look. I can go back and look. But like the old gods of Thor. I forgot what they were called specifically.
The S-Seer or the
Yeah, like that. It would be interesting if she was an S-Seer. That'd be a quick way to connect her to Avengers and Thor.
Well,
Alright.
Thor collects randoms. Like he has fuck, why is the name not coming to me? The guy who wielded the hammer at one point. It looks kind of like
Donald Blake.
Oh, better Bill.
Beta Ray Bill. He has Beta Ray Bill, a bunch of these powerful people that aren't Asgardian or any way connected to Asgardian stuff. So like, I could see her joining his team, kind of.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
no, but like but also with Legion of X, something. Just, I just want to. Okay. Oh yeah. They mentioned that Nimrod killed Warlock's father.
Yes.
Very interesting. That's huge, actually. That's
Yeah, let's get into the
huge.
meat of that. Yes.
That means
we
Orcus-
forgot to talk about that important part because of all the filler. Go ahead.
So
It's unclear if Orcus now owns an entire planet or if they just showed up, killed the most powerful of the Magnates people or
The
whatever.
Magus, yeah.
And
well, that's
Organs?
their whole culture though. It's kind of like you take what you kill.
All right. I will say that though. That is an interesting point. However, you know what? That's interesting. Like once again, like I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say that was clever because who is the person that told Xavier that Legion was moving?
Moira.
No, it was Brand, and Brand is with Orcus.
Right.
So what if Brand organized Nimrod to go to that planet and kill Magus? That would be something.
I'm telling
and
you.
it makes sense because didn't Cable just get his virus stolen?
He got his virus stolen.
No, but also this kind of goes into my whole theory that Moira could start like having the Phalanx acquire planets. Like they're trying to take over the universe.
Wait, Moira or Brand?
Moira.
Okay, I was making sure.
Well, so that depends on.
It's a back plane, and like that's the reason why the Phalanx come to Earth in Powers of X.
I'm not sure. I'm starting to think the Phalanx starts on Earth this time and not on Warlock's planet because Warlock's planet is now devastated. The most powerful person supposedly had his organs take. What? It never said that Nimrod is now conquered the planet. My impression was Nimrod showed up, killed the most powerful of them, took his organs for himself, and then left. So
Actually-
Nimrod is more powerful and is now going to form the Phalanx on Earth.
Actually,
or in the-
I am curious about that because doesn't that mean, technically speaking, that does not mean that Warlock has to go and like claim his birthright?
He could, but his whole thing on Earth is that he's running from his birthright.
I know, but he doesn't have to run around. But he doesn't have to run anymore because his dad's dead.
But
No.
he can't claim it because he had to fight. he had to like battle his father in order to take it. In order
But his
to,
dad's dead. You can't battle someone. I mean, you can fight you can fight the grave. You won by default.
it's Killmonger in Black Panther.
Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, that's my favorite part about that movie is that Black Panther cheated. Well, T'Challa cheated because he wholeheartedly beat like Killmonger won fair and square. Like there's no ifs ands or buts about that.
The first time he did, Killmonger did win.
Like, huh?
The first time Killmonger did win.
Oh no, I'm talking about well, yeah, and the comic and no, in the comic and in the movie, you are right. In the comic, the big thing was he did beat T'Challa, but the thing is that call it cheating, call it what you want because they retconned it. Even if Killmonger had beat T'Challa, the way the purple herb is or the purple heart fruit is that like when you eat it, unless you're a part of the royal bloodline, then it's gonna poison you. They retcon that to basically say that like no, that's just a way to say that's just a way. Like if you don't get poisoned by it, then that means that Bass accepts you. But for the most part, it was like no, you eat this and you're not of the royal blood, then you're gonna die. And then I think in a kind of genius way, Ryan Coogler or whoever wrote it, I know Ryan Coogler directed it. They made it to where that Killmonger was actually also related to T'Challa, making him part of the royal bloodline too. But it would have been interesting if like that would have been actually another way to actually to legitimize that he was part of the royal family, and he like to be like, hey, wait, only people who are of royal blood can eat this fruit, and then he would do so. But wholeheartedly, T'Challa lost that fight. He should not have actually been able to come back because while he did not yield, which is funny enough, not unlike what happens in Araco, like had he not been given a steroid, that he would have died. So I'm like, you kind of lost, dude. Like third square, you're in a coma.
You know, but here's the thing: heroes in Marvel can cheat. Because that's just called being clever.
Yeah, that would be interesting though.
I don't know if it's cheating, but like Warlock, he won't be the most powerful technological being on his planet, but he has this weird symbiosis with Krakoa going on. So I don't know if you consider biotechnology to be technology, but
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I do consider that technology. I mean, like Ford, like the way Ford's made it seems to be so. It's just not like wires and stuff, but it is technology.
Yeah,
well, it's living creatures, but without brains, or with small brains that control menial tasks. Like
I consider that technology. Like particularly. So ultimately the answer is yes, because technically speaking, the way they've written it for mutant technology, they like the mutant themselves is a piece of tech. So I do agree with. So I agree with that because they're considering like when two people put their powers together, they are both machines, allowing for a better like function to happen. So I wholeheartedly agree with that concept.
So the human body is technology then?
Huh? Yeah,
of course it is.
Body is technology. We're human.
They call it the incredible human machine sometimes on science documentaries and in science.
Yeah, but that's hyperbole. That's hyperbole. That's not being real.
Well, I guess the question is, what do you consider technology? Like, how do you define it?
Things you can't understand, things that you create. I don't know.
Metals and technology.
Well, we have metal in our body.
Iron's in our blood.
Yeah, we have iron.
Right, but when you add chemistry to it, I feel like then it's no longer technology.
Like if you think about all our organs are essentially an engine. Parts of it that makes us
not wrong.
Machine.
I feel like that's why we created the term biotechnology.
It's still
but I think biotechnology, that's just a form of technology.
Maybe.
It's a form of tech. I get like
we even produce electricity. It's just not like we just can't like shoot it out of our bodies. Like, well, actually, no, Storm can't do that either. Funny enough, most times when they depict her, she actually has to summon it, and it comes and it goes down. Right. So that's interesting. She actually doesn't shoot it out of her body.
She has,
and she's not supposed to, but she has.
It could be she's just using static electricity or something.
Like Magneto can do that, but Storm shouldn't be able to. But then again, they just like it's the rule of cool. Sometimes they just go like, okay, well, let's have it. I will be, to be fair, most times when she summons like a thunderbolt, it literally comes down from the cloud. That's accurate. But sometimes they just show her. Yeah.
She's not Thor.
No.
I don't. She's
No.
not
I
a god.
guess I'll get into, maybe it's one of the last topics or something. I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the two pieces of evidence I feel from this way, from Legion of X, that points
Okay.
to Storm inevitably becoming a goddess.
Inevitably.
It's first, it establishes that a Omega level can be or is more powerful than a god. The eyeball dude has been murking gods left, right, and center, and he's Omega level.
That's actually not exactly true, because what specifically happens after they murk them, or before?
They have to be subdued.
The whole planet fights them, so then they get beat. So that's the first thing.
Wild.
I don't know how that affects it. Like, did he need the god to suffer 20% health before he could do? I don't know how it affected. I feel like the eyeball dude could have just done it to start with, but tradition's sake, you gotta go in there and.
That is interesting. Like, dude, like, does a god have to like fight everyone on the planet, or just the people that are like there right then?
Like, I didn't see
Let
the
you
council
show up,
fighting.
right?
Right.
No,
Seen a bunch of normies fighting, to be honest.
oh, okay. So what do you think about Metcalf?
No, wait, no. What's the second one? What's the
Oh
second
yeah,
point?
the last one is they said that they want a god. That they want a god. So you're establishing Chekhov's gun. The Iraqis want a god. They will get a god. Now it could be the god we saw at the end of Mischief. Fuck, they might even take on Thor. If Thor shows up, he could probably fucking take on the Iraqis himself.
Right.
So
Or-
Chekhov's gun is they're going to get a god, or at least keep fighting people for a god. I don't know if that means that it's going to be Storm, but it means they will get a god. So
Yeah, it could be Vulcan.
it's not like
God.
they were against gods from the beginning, like
Oh,
some people.
God. No, God. No. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
But I do agree with you. Like, if they establish that instant, let me be fair. Like, most times it is a Chekhov's gun, but then again, we've seen a lot of times in the MCU and X-Men that something is established and it actually is just forgotten about, or they kind of push it to the wayside, and then like a little it's like a little snippet, and then boom, then we keep going, because we got to keep pumping, we got to keep cranking these books out. Damn it, we got like
cranking out the crap. Legion of X, Knights of Ass. Oh God.
But yeah, I do agree with you. So it would be
You can't say that the challenge isn't oddly similar to. Well, it's based off the original challenge for the seat of Morocco. It's based off that same challenge, but instead of fighting one, you fight all, and all.
yeah,
is
no, that's what I
one.
said. So Storm is smart because she just challenged for the seat. She didn't challenge for the title of God, because then she would have the whole planet against her. And I'm like, yep, see, oh, it's a oddly.
But everybody
convenient.
likes her though, so it's weird. Like, how
Everyone does not like everyone does not like her. Tarn is actively praying for her downfall. Like,
Well, you know what? Hey, Tard is the Mr. Sinister of Morocco.
Yeah, he's the fat Bib Fortuna, Mr. Sinister mix of that world.
That's rough.
Speaking of Storm and T'Challa, I saw this week's Black Panther issue.
yes.
Storm, Aurora saved T'Challa just in time from getting his ass like lit up, because those guards were about to get him. And boy, did they have a big old fight to kind of reset each other.
You know how I feel about Black Panther? I feel like he's Orcus. Yeah.
Why would he be a part of Orcus? Like, you keep saying that. Why would he be a part of that?
Because he wants to spy on it.
So he'll put his. I mean, there might be a spy. There might be a spy in there based on like how he. Well, let me be fair. Like, you might be right, but the way they're writing the Avengers stuff and the X-Men stuff, they pretty much are separate universes. Honestly, honestly, Storm and T'Challa are probably like the most interaction we have when it comes to X-Men and mutants and Avengers. Honestly, and even
I do feel like Wakanda is inevitably a threat for Orcus. Like, the idea of Orcus is that, or not Orcus necessarily, but the Phalanx in several timelines that we've gotten, they have conquered the entire universe. So they inevitably had to conquer the Shi'ar, the scrolls, and the
Kree Skrull Alliance, as
Yeah.
they are
The
now.
Brood.
So they inevitably had a conflict with the intergalactic Wakandans.
We just need like maybe we just need like we need another space S story. Like I don't know, like but like I said, like it's just no, I'm talking about for Black Panther, but yeah, I guess that could work too. I don't know. Well, yeah, just space in general. Like bring back the Space Knights because that just kind of like that was in Cable. They just kind of dropped that. I'm like, no, bring that back. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
They left a seed. There's a planet supposedly that Cable seeded on, and someone else or something. They gave them a new planet that supposedly they're rebuilding on.
Interesting.
But yeah,
Hickman just gave us a bunch of seeds. He never really nurtured any trees into fruition.
yeah, because he
And be
didn't.
mad.
Because someone like him, a writer like him, I've learned just he got bored quickly and left. He might come back, or he doesn't think the mode of comics as they stand now is going to survive, and so he's going to Substack. He went over to Substack.
Right.
It's weird with that.
I don't think that, but that's just like I said, like that. I think he'll always come like I said before. Hickman literally is like the antithesis of someone like Scott Lovedale, not Scott Lovedale, excuse me. No, like shout out to him, love him. No, the other guy, the guy that made Deadpool. Oh, Rob Liefeld.
Yeah.
Like he. Anytime Marvel asks him back, he never like complains. He just makes some stuff. He might just drop it, which is like the biggest detriment to him, but they'll still use it. Like we're still saying, like he's gone. He's been gone. We still using white pages. Like so.
Yeah, and all the books are using the hell out of
The
white
format,
pages.
yes.
I like the data pages. They give us more.
Oh no, I'm not saying no.
Yeah,
I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying that's the effect he has on Marvel. Like every time he comes, like they almost always use what he has, like for the books.
Yeah, and like I personally think like they're stuffing too much into white pages sometimes.
Yeah.
Stuffing too much, so maybe have a quota for every trade paperback, only this many white pages, and it was fun for a little while when the Krakoan alphabet was unveiled, but now it's just wow, a lot.
It is starting to read much more like an encyclopedia than an actual book sometimes.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, the white pages are becoming a reference book within a book almost. I'm not wanting to sound grumpy about it.
No,
I'm just like this is getting a little crutchy to me, getting like a crutch.
We got a lot of great stuff from them, like some email.
Like once in a while there's like a really good one-liner with Dr. Mushroom Head, Dr. Stasis or whatever, arguing with Essex and stuff.
Or what about in Immortal X-Men where they roasted Emma. It's like, see, Emma, this is your fault for picking Hope instead of Celine. It's like, hey, I was just going with the.
What were you saying, MJ? Like when about the white pages?
Yeah.
That's it. They've
So next
we've gotten some good stuff. You're right. It's just I feel that if the experts department isn't careful, we have a big old crutch on our hands to stuff exposition that can't get into page count.
Because I haven't read it. Does Knights of X use white pages?
Yes.
Okay.
Like they explain the Siege Perilous and what that is in a white page, which I prefer because it's kind of like
it's a lot. It's a lot to explain.
Yeah. And right. Captain Britain should probably already know about it. So it's kind of weird that she would have to be told about it. I guess maybe she could have explained it to her team and that's how we could have learned, but yeah.
All right, cool.
All right, so next week, so this upcoming Wednesday, we have Legion of X number 2 and X-Men Red number 3.
Yes. Legion of X number 2. So yeah, we're going to have one filler book and one canon book. So I'll be prepared for that.
We could just call it what it is. Call it what it is. It's the weakest storm.
I guess so. I guess
Storm
with
of the
Legion.
X-Men.
I guess yeah. I guess with Legion. I guess yeah. I guess if Storm pops back up, she was just kind of it's like in Legion of X. She was just kind of there to be like she was there to take Nightcrawler to like the
Yeah.
people of Araka. I'm like, oh, you could have just done that on his own, but okay. Like
Nightcrawler, like was like getting on her nerves, but like, oh, my queen, your majesty,
yeah,
your
yeah.
majesty.
I did
He's
enjoy
like,
that. Like once
get
again,
up.
I like the interaction, but then again, I'm like, I don't know. Like, did that happen? And then she did her costume change. Like, did she talk to him? Then she talked to Bran. Then she went to her. Then she changed clothes.
There's a lot of questions we have, my friends.
Right.
All right. So for 1407 Great American Lane, the AKPC,
Yes.
Corey, Sterling Silver, Master Jarl. I'm Mr. 1407. We'll see you soon.
Peace.
Bye.